So for the person that wants to be like you, the person that, has that great job or had that great job or, was you, let's say 5 or 6 months ago, what advice do you have for them as they are thinking about or maybe presented with an opportunity to walk away from the comfort and the predictability of that job? What advice do you have for them now that you're on the other side?
I would say that, I kind of think about it in two different ways, and my mind automatically splits it like between the pros and cons of making that transition. So I'll go positive first, be positive. So because I wanted to go straight to don't do it, but no. But on the pro side, it's something about learning to control your time and making choices on your own. And it's something that I wish more of us had the ability to do, especially in American culture. I think you see it more like in European culture where they're much more likely to have breaks, have vacations, have these long pauses in the day, have shorter work hours. Like it's a completely different concept of work than we have here. So for us, I think it would be so great because the likelihood of us making any significant changes to work culture is, I think, extremely low. If anything happens, it might be minor. Like we're not doing any. I can't see a 4-day work week popping up like they're trying out. Many parts of Europe. It maybe a few companies here might try it out, but it being widespread, I don't know.
I couldn't see it being legislated.
And even still, they'll just redefine. Well, like it's 4 days, but it's 10-hour days.
Right.
So,
exactly. Yeah, you can work for 4 days. Sure. We're getting 40 out of you, but you can work 4. So I would say if you're thinking about this and it's like a real possibility financially, it makes sense for you. I think you really need to experience that ability to shape your day and see what that's like and see how that changes you. Because for me, I was forced to be a morning person, even though I'm not. And to be able to say, oh, you know what? Let me spend my morning kind of getting ready, focusing, waking up, and then start working, still putting in the hours, but putting it in the hours where I would like it to be. It completely changes my concept of the day. And it makes working, however many hours I'm working the day feel a lot less impactful or stressful or straining on my body than when I was forced to work that, 9 hours straight in a day. So for one, that's a huge positive. And also it just is going to make you, I think, a lot more organized because you have no choice but to be organized. That was on the pros. Now to my favorite area, the con side of this.
Don't do it.
Don't do it because I think there's a lot of, for good reason, there's a lot of hate around day jobs, right? There's a big movement of people being like, forget this job. I'm doing it on my own, which a lot of companies are abusing people. They're taking advantage of you. They're making you work a lot of hours. They're not paying you what you should be paid. And they make it seem like you asking for the money you deserve is the reason why we have inflation. Like, it want to throw it back at the people for feeling like, what, stuff is too expensive. We need to be paid a fair wage to compensate for that. You all can take a little bit less in profit. You don't need to be making record profits every year. How about you take a little bit off and give it to me? But there are those situations. But there's also the fact that there's something to say about a solid job with good health benefits, good coworkers, and a boss who appreciates you. And if you happen to be in one of those situations where you happen to get all three of those things, and I was very fortunate to find myself in a job like that with a boss who I give her all the credit. She cultivated an amazing work environment because it wasn't the whole organization. Not every department worked like that.
Yeah.
She made it a point to treat people right. If she's like, if you work for me and you do what I asked you to do, I'm going to treat you all great. I'm going to make sure you get your raises. I'm going to make sure you get the time off you need. She took care of everybody. And it was amazing. And I hold on to that. And that's how I want to treat people. If I get in a position where I hire people on, I'm going to treat them the way that she treated me and everyone else in the office. And so if you find yourself in one of those situations, I said, there's nothing wrong with, like you said, Kiersten, like splitting your time, doing that. Hey, I can run a business and also have a day job at the same time. As long as it's not killing your soul and crushing you and taking every minute of your free time, I think there's nothing wrong with doing that until you feel like, you know what, I can't do this anymore. So I say, take your time. There's no rush. Don't listen to these LLC people on the internet. Do what you got to do. Do what works for you. But it is an amazing experience, but not something that you have to do.
Yes. I love that.
That's my director board.
Oh.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of Cashing Out the Podcast. To see more videos like this, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and be sure to turn on your notifications. To get your copy of Cashing Out the Book, visit Amazon.com, Barnes & Noble, your local bookstore, or download the audiobook on Audible.